Hello everyone and welcome to your second royal reading of today. It's a Saturday as I'm doing these readings and we're going off a bit on a bit of a tangent. We're going to Camelot as I promised a while back that we would, and going to be looking now in this reading at Mike Tindall, because in the Amanda Ellis videos that she's doing on this notion of Prince William embodying the energy of King Arthur, she talks about the Knights of the Round Table, some of whom are women, some of whom might be in spirit as well. And one of the first ones she mentioned was Mike Tindall. And I have had a sense of Mike Tindall for quite a while now in my own readings as being someone that Prince William really is counting on, relying on, wishes he was his own brother, wishes he could kind of include in royal duties, wishes he could count on. So we're going to be looking at this with the Knights Templar Tarot, why not? Until I get more appropriate tarot decks for this type of reading. I will be dipping into this kind of story every now and then. I hope you don't mind. Carrying on with the regular royal readings in between. I'm going to look at this now. I'm going to see who Mike is in this Camelot kind of narrative. And is he aware of any sort of destiny or duty himself? His relationship with Prince William, what is that relationship, and how much does Prince William rely on him, need him? I'm also going to bring Prince Harry into this reading because there is speculation around and about that Harry is quite jealous of Prince William's relationship with Mike Tindall. And he has an awareness that he has basically been replaced. So I want to know how he feels about the relationship. And is he jealous? So we're going to ask that. And then we'll just, as an outcome, we'll ask how it's going to go. How the relationship is going to grow and how supportive is it going to be for Prince William. So that's where we're heading today. The world, interesting, one more. And let's remind you, it is just tarot and it is just for fun and it is just my opinion and just energy, and disclaimer in the box below. And this will be filed in a separate playlist and I will number them Camelot 1, 2, 3. And so if you're not into this, then you can easily skip them and just stick with the usual stuff. So that's what I need to say, I think. And then we're going to get going with this Mike Tindall reading. Zara also involved. We'll look at her in due course. Princess Anne also very important to Prince William. We got the Four of Cups. In reverse is our underlying energy. Our bride is somebody, I don't want this, take this away from me. Not for me, thank you, but no thank you. That kind of energy, seeing that quite often with Prince William at the moment, or these royal readings that I'm doing just generally, of this apathy, indifference, don't really want it, but then okay, if you insist, maybe I look at it slightly differently and give it a bit of a try. That kind of energy could apply to both men at this point. Mike's having a lot of fun with his rugby stuff, and he's got some nice deals, I think sponsorships and things like that. Lives the good life. Would you want this burden? Nah. Does Prince William want the burden? Nah. Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, situation. Here we have death. That's total transformation, change. Radical transformation, going into the underworld, emerging completely transformed. They are going through it at the moment. They are going through it very closely because I very clearly get the sense that the Tindalls are really close to the Waleses right now in terms of looking after kids, helping out, supporting, all that kind of stuff. They are going on that journey with Prince William and Catherine right now. And I don't mean a literal death, I have to make that very clear, but radical transformation, radical change, and I think also a radical letting go of old lifestyles, of that carefree, oh well, you know, it's fun, and now reality is beginning to hit of what this actually means to be royal or royal adjacent, especially in these very toxic times that we are in. I referenced briefly in the previous reading. I will be looking very closely at the toxic times that they are all in other readings. So there it is. It's a very powerful energy. They are aware that their lives are changing, whether they like it or not. We have a Scorpio king on the throne right now who is quite elderly. He has cancer. There's all kinds of things going on that I think even 6 months ago they would never have even imagined. And life can do that to you. I'm sure it's done it to most of you out there. It's certainly done it to me more than once. So let's have a look at Mike Tindall and see who he is in this Arthurian narrative, Camelot and all of that. Wow. Ace of Swords, that's a very powerful energy. There is old Excalibur that's shown up again. Ace of Swords, truth and justice, defender of the truth. This is somebody you want on your side. This is one who will stand by your side and fight to the bitter end for you. Loyal, true blue. Is he aware of his destiny? I'm giving him big words. Is he aware of it? Three of Pentacles. He knows that he's part of a team. He knows he's part his band of brothers. This is not he's had a vision and he's come back from the wilderness changed. Not that kind of energy. And I asked the same question for Prince William in the previous reading, if he has any sense of destiny, and I got the 8 of Pentacles. He has a sense of duty. This is work. He has to apply himself. Mike Tindall's got the same thing. I'm in this team now, and he of course has made his name as a team player in a sport that is very much a team sport. He understands what being in a team is all about, whereas unfortunately the other one, the real brother, the blood brother, some might say half-blood brother, has no concept of what being a team player is about. That of course is speculation and my opinion. So that's interesting. Tell us about the relationship, the two men, William, Mike. What's the relationship dynamic? King of Cups. William is the emotional one. William is the one who has this burden of the crown that's coming his way. There he is. That is him. He's the King of Cups. It's about emotional support, because the King of Cups is very mature emotionally, very solid. He can tap into his feminine side, and Mike Tindall, proud father of daughters, finally got his son, and I'm sorry I can't remember his name right now. I'm wondering if it's Leo, but I've probably got that completely wrong. But they both understand female energy. They're both manly men who are tapped into their feminine energy as well. Very interesting kind of men to come forward in this day and age. Reassuring kind of men to have around, I think, personally. But there it is. It's very much, there is a cup. And a lot of energy that I get is, please take this cup away from me. Here is somebody who will stand by him loyally, give him emotional support. Huge amounts of emotional support while he processes what it actually means to be king and what it's meaning for his family, for his wife, for his children, with all the hate and toxicity and things that are being hurled at them and have been hurled at them for years now. And I have read on that at various different guises recently, in sometimes coded form for the sake of the machine that scans us like Sauron's eye here on YouTube. So that's their relationship. How much does Prince William rely on him, or will he rely on him? I've already seen reliance in that King of Cups. But tell us about this. It's going to escalate when Prince William gets his upgrade to Emperor, to King. Mike will have to step up and upgrade as well. So this is all about Prince William's role And Harry was supposed to be the one that helped him. That was the deal. That Prince William had the burden of the crown. Harry had the freedom to act out and be mischievous and have fun and have all his problems and stuff, but really he was there to support the king. He didn't understand that. He saw it quite differently. He saw it as being unfair, and Prince William was getting all the advantages and he was just there to donate body parts if required. Mike Tindall understands it completely. Absolutely. And again, I'm getting quite emotional. I won't be able to do these kinds of readings every day, I just have to tell you. They are quite emotionally draining. Not in a bad way, but the emotion is very intense around this story. We're moving on to Harry now, next column. How does Harry view this relationship? What does he think about it? 7 of Cups. It's funny that this card is showing up today. It's the card of possibilities, potentials. Sometimes with the 7 of Cups you get a lucky packet, as we used to call them when we were kids. Sometimes you get the booby prize. He might have a sense that there's something opportunistic in it on the side of Mike Tindall. And I think some of the begrudgment that comes from Montecito towards the non-working royals is how they are monetizing their royal associations. But of course, they're not working royals, they're royal adjacent. And it's very clear, the dividing line is very clear. They don't get money from I've forgotten the fancy name for it now, gone completely from my mind, but they don't get that money. They are out in the world on their own pretty much to do what they like. And I don't think that Harry and Meghan quite understood that. And that's what's coming through for me with this card. For what it's worth, that is, of course, my interpretation of the card, reading energy. Is he jealous of their bond? Does he resent it? The Hanged Man in reverse, I think he does. Because the Hanged Man is all about victimhood, sacrifice, being hung out to dry. And he has this sense, he expressed it very clearly in his book, through his ghostwriter anyway, that he was the victim. He was the one who was hung out to dry. The press and the palace lied to cover up Prince William's peccadilloes, according to Harry and Spare. And all of his transgressions were listed and itemized and picked over and noted. And he certainly has nursed that sense of grievance for a very long time. That he is the victim. He was the one, the villain of the piece. He was the one cut out, disenfranchised. The Hanged Man is somebody who is disempowered, unable to act, unable to be his own person. From this sense of martyrdom, and I'm taking that, and I don't usually read the card in the reverse as extreme martyrdom, but I am today. That's what's coming through for me in this reading, that Prince Harry is full of grievance in terms of this energy that I'm sensing here, and that he just sees that it's not fair, and Mike Tindall's getting all the good stuff. 7 of Cups, all the possibilities, all the opportunities, all the open doors. Nobody's judging him. Nobody's criticizing him for making money out of actually being a very successful person in his own right. Let's remind Harry this. It's more than jealousy. It's resentment. It's begrudgment. You punished me. You cast me as the villain, and now you're opening the doors, you're throwing open the doors of the palace to him, basically giving him the keys of the kingdom. How's it going to go? Let's move away from Harry, hopefully, and see how it's going to go. This. Two of Cups in reverse. Not great outcome. Not a great outcome. They may fall out at some point, Mike and Prince William. They may fall out because of wives with that Two of Cups, which is sad. I'm sad to see that. I'm not surprised in the current energy, what's going on, what I'm tapping into. I'm not surprised to see that there might be something there. Let's just ask. Dare we ask in this dreadful energy? Anyway, it will shift. It will shift eventually. We read energy. One of the reasons we do it is to see how it shifts, for better or for worse. Explain the Two of Cups, because it is a separation energy. I can't lie about that. What's going on? Why will they be forced apart? Potentially, let's remind you, it's potential energy that we do. Do you want to tell us, or don't you want to tell us what's going on? There's a card that's kind of coming out and a card that's not coming out. One more. If we don't get an answer now, we're going to leave it. Close the reading. What's that about? It's about the Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands came up in the previous reading as Prince William's strength of the message that he was here to bring. Basically, that's his strength of rallying people behind him and taking that message out. And they may not see eye to eye ultimately on messaging, for what it's worth. There might be something that doesn't quite fit ultimately. I could read different things into that, but I'm not going to today. I don't feel called to do it. So I'm going to leave that little Page of Wands upside down there. And, well, yeah, I'm reminded of something that happened in Australia a long time ago. And those of you who are following my train of thought will know what I'm talking about. And that's good enough, I think, for today. So I hope you enjoyed this, something slightly different here today, and probably back to usual service tomorrow. And thanks for watching as ever, and I'll see you again soon.